In the grand tapestry of human history, there are threads that stretch back to the very dawn of civilization. These are not found in dusty tombs or forgotten ruins alone, but in the bustling streets and vibrant markets of cities that have been continuously alive for thousands of years. Imagine, just for a moment, walking on the same stones that were trod upon by ancient merchants, Roman soldiers, or maybe even the very first scribes. These are places where the past is not merely a memory, but an ever-present layer of daily life, a living, breathing connection to our most distant ancestors and the cradle of our collective story. These remarkable urban centers are more than just geographical locations. They are living links to humanity's earliest experiments in community, governance, and culture. From the Fertile Crescent to the shores of the Mediterranean and beyond, they have witnessed the rise and fall of countless empires, survived invasions, plagues, and the relentless march of time itself. Each alleyway whispers tales of innovation. Each ancient wall stands as a testament to human resilience. They are the crucibles where languages were forged, religions were born, and the foundations of our modern world were laid, stone by painstaking stone. Join me now, as we embark on an extraordinary journey through time and across continents. We will explore these enduring metropolises, peeling back the layers of history to uncover the stories etched into their very fabric. We will wander through ancient citadels, sacred temples, and timeless marketplaces, discovering how these cities have not only survived but have continued to thrive, carrying the legacy of millennia within their modern pulse. This is the story of civilization, told not through artifacts, but through the enduring spirit of its oldest homes. Our journey begins in what is widely considered the oldest continuously inhabited city on Earth, Damascus. Nestled at the foot of the Anti-Lebanon Mountains, watered by the Barada River, its existence is a testament to the power of a strategic location. For over 11,000 years, this oasis has drawn life to it. The very air seems thick with history, a place where the clamor of the modern souk echoes the bartering of merchants from the time of the pharaohs. Its streets, a labyrinth of overlapping eras, have felt the footsteps of Aramaeans, Romans, Byzantines, and the Umayyad caliphs who made it the capital of a vast empire. The Great Mosque of Damascus, a wonder of early Islamic architecture, stands on a site that has been sacred for millennia. First a temple to Hadad, then to Jupiter, and later a Christian basilica dedicated to John the Baptist. This layering of faith is the story of Damascus itself. It was a crucial nexus on the Silk Road, a place where goods, ideas, and cultures from 3 continents converged. Caravans laden with spices from the east would meet traders carrying textiles from the west, all under the watchful gaze of the city's formidable walls. It was a crucible of commerce and intellect, a beacon of civilization in the ancient world. Even today, amidst the complexities of the modern era, the spirit of old Damascus endures. Craftsmen in the street called Straight, mentioned in the Bible, continue to practice trades passed down through countless generations. The scent of jasmine and spices hangs in the air, a sensory link to an unbroken chain of human life. To walk here is to feel the pulse of history itself, a powerful, rhythmic beat that has sounded for millennia, a profound reminder of the tenacity of a city and its people, who have rebuilt and endured against all odds. We travel south into the Jordan Valley to a place that challenges our very definition of a city, Jericho. Situated deep below sea level, it is an oasis of green in a stark, arid landscape. Here, archaeologists have uncovered something extraordinary, evidence of settlement dating back over 11,000 years. But it is a discovery from the pre-pottery Neolithic period that truly defines Jericho's legacy. A formidable stone wall, nearly 4 meters high, accompanied by a massive stone tower. This structure, built by a society that had yet to invent pottery or domesticate most animals, represents one of humanity's earliest forays into large-scale communal construction and defense. The reasons for this monumental effort remain a subject of debate. Was it to protect the precious water source, the Ain es-Sultan spring, from rival tribes? Or was it, as some now theorize, a defense against the flash floods that would have periodically cascaded down from the surrounding hills? Whatever its purpose, the Tower of Jericho stands as a silent monument to a pivotal moment in human social evolution. It speaks of a community organized and sophisticated enough to plan, quarry, and build on a scale previously unimagined. This was the birth of a city, a permanent settlement that required cooperation and foresight. The biblical account of Joshua and the tumbling walls of Jericho has made its name famous throughout the world. But the true story, written in layers of earth and stone, is perhaps even more remarkable. For millennia, settlement after settlement was built upon the ruins of the last, creating a mound, a tell, that is a vertical library of human history. From the earliest hunter-gatherers who chose this spot to the city that existed in the time of Jesus, Jericho is a profound symbol of permanence. It is, quite simply, where the idea of the city first took root and was fortified against the world. Our journey takes us north, to the banks of the Tigris River in southeastern Turkey, to a city defined by its monumental defenses, Diyarbakir. Its most striking feature, visible for miles, is a magnificent wall of black basalt, a stone forged in the region's volcanic past. Stretching for nearly 6 kilometers, punctuated by dozens of towers and 4 main gates, these are among the longest and best-preserved defensive walls in the world, second only to the Great Wall of China. They have stood as silent witnesses to a history as hard and dark as the stone from which they are built. This strategic location, overlooking the fertile plains of Upper Mesopotamia, was coveted by all. The city, known as Amida in Roman times, was a critical frontier fortress, a bulwark of the Roman and later Byzantine empires against the Persians. The walls we see today are largely the work of the Roman Emperor Constantius II, but they have been repaired, rebuilt, and added to by every subsequent ruler. Walking their ramparts, one can almost hear the echoes of clashing swords and the calls of sentries, as Hurrians, Assyrians, Medes, Romans, Arabs, and Ottomans all fought to control this vital prize. Inside these formidable walls, a rich and diverse culture flourished. Diyarbakir became a tapestry of peoples and faiths, Armenians, Kurds, Assyrians, and Turks living side by side. Its churches, mosques, and synagogues tell a story of coexistence, even as the walls speak of conflict. The city's great mosque, one of the oldest in Turkey, was converted from a Christian church, which itself was likely built on the site of an even older temple, echoing the pattern of sacred succession we see in so many ancient cities. Diyarbakir is a fortress city, a testament to the human instinct to protect and endure, its black walls a powerful emblem of resilience on the Mesopotamian plain. We now travel to the coast of the Mediterranean, to a city whose name is, honestly, almost synonymous with the written word, Byblos or Jabil as it is known today. This ancient Phoenician port is a place of profound significance, for it was from here that one of humanity's greatest innovations was exported to the world. The city thrived on the trade of cedar wood from the mountains of Lebanon, a prized commodity, especially for the Egyptians who needed it for shipbuilding and funerary rituals. This close trading relationship with Egypt exposed the people of Byblos to hieroglyphic writing. But the scribes of Byblos, practical merchants and sailors, developed something far more efficient: a simplified script of 22 characters representing consonant sounds. This was the Phoenician alphabet, the ancestor of nearly all modern alphabets, including the Greek, Latin, Arabic, and Hebrew scripts. The Greeks, who imported papyrus from Egypt through this very port, called the city Byblos, and the scrolls themselves Biblia. From this, we derive the word Bible, a testament to the city's foundational role in the history of writing and literature. Wandering through the archaeological site of Byblos is like walking through a textbook of Mediterranean history. Layers of settlement, from Neolithic fishing huts to the Crusader castle that now dominates the site, are laid bare. One can see the remains of Phoenician temples, a Roman colonnade, and Egyptian-style royal tombs. This compact harbor, which has sheltered boats for over 5,000 years, was the engine of the city's wealth and its cultural influence. Byblos is more than a city. It is a living monument to communication, a place where the simple act of trade gave birth to the alphabet, the tool that would allow humanity to record its history, laws, and deepest thoughts. We return inland, to northern Syria, to a city that has for millennia been one of the great crossroads of civilization, Aleppo. Situated at the end of the Silk Road and on the route between the Mediterranean and Mesopotamia, its strategic importance cannot be overstated. For more than 8,000 years, this has been a place of meeting and exchange, a dynamic hub where commerce and culture have intermingled. Dominating the cityscape is the magnificent citadel, a colossal medieval fortress perched atop a massive tell, a mound formed by millennia of human settlement. This acropolis has been the city's heart and its guardian since at least the 3rd millennium BC. The citadel itself is a city within a city, containing the remains of palaces, mosques, and bathhouses. From its ramparts, one can gaze down upon the sprawling old city, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Below lies the Al Medina Souk, one of the largest and oldest covered markets in the world. For centuries, its stone-vaulted alleyways, stretching for over 13 kilometers, have been a vibrant artery of trade. The air here was once thick with the scent of Aleppan soap, spices from the east, and silks from China, while the sound of a dozen languages filled the air as merchants from Venice, Persia, and India haggled over goods. Aleppo's history is a story of immense wealth and profound tragedy. It has been ruled by Hittites, Assyrians, Greeks, Romans, Mongols, Mamluks, and Ottomans, each leaving their mark. It has been celebrated for its music, its cuisine, and its sophisticated architecture. The city has endured earthquakes and devastating sieges, including the recent tragic conflict that has left deep scars on its ancient fabric. Yet, the spirit of the Aleppan merchant, the craftsman, the survivor, persists. The slow, painstaking work of rebuilding is a testament to the deep-rooted resilience of a city that has always stood at the world's crossroads and has always found a way to rise again. We sail now to Greece, to the Peloponnese Peninsula, to a city steeped in myth and legend, Argos. While Athens and Sparta often dominate the narrative of ancient Greece, Argos boasts a claim of perhaps even greater antiquity. Continuously inhabited for some 7,000 years, it was a major stronghold during the Mycenaean era, the age of heroes described by Homer. This was the city of Diomedes, a hero of the Trojan War, and the mythical homeland of the dynasty of Perseus, the slayer of Medusa. The very soil here seems to resonate with the echoes of epic poetry. Unlike Athens, which has become a sprawling modern metropolis, Argos retains a more intimate connection to its ancient landscape. The city lies in the shadow of two hills, Larissa and Aspis, which have been its acropolises since prehistoric times. From the Larissa fortress, a structure of Mycenaean, Byzantine, and Venetian layers, one can survey the entire Argive plain, a fertile expanse that has sustained the city for millennia. This commanding view explains its long, unbroken history. It was a naturally defensible and agriculturally rich location, the perfect combination for a permanent settlement. The city's ancient theater, one of the largest in Greece, is a testament to its importance in the classical period. Unusually, it is carved almost entirely out of the rock of the hillside, a monumental undertaking that could seat up to 20,000 spectators. Nearby, the remains of the Agora, Roman baths, and a sanctuary to Hera reveal a city that was a significant power in the Peloponnese for centuries, often a rival to Sparta. Argos may not have the Parthenon, but it has something else. An unbroken thread of life stretching from the Neolithic age to the present day. A quiet, enduring witness to the entire sweep of Greek history. Chapter 7. Plovdiv, Bulgaria. Europe's ancient survivor. We journey northeast into the heart of the Balkans, to a city that claims the title of Europe's oldest continuously inhabited city, Plovdiv, in Bulgaria. Its history stretches back over 8,000 years, predating even Rome and Athens. The city's unique geography is key to its longevity. It was originally founded on a series of syenite hills, or tapeta, which rise dramatically from the Thracian plain. These natural fortifications provided an easily defensible position for its earliest inhabitants, a Thracian tribe who named their settlement Eumolpius. This strategic location was not lost on Philip II of Macedon, father of Alexander the Great, who conquered the city in the 4th century BC and renamed it Philippopolis. Later, under Roman rule, it became a major urban center known as Tremontium, the city of three hills. The Romans endowed Plovdiv with magnificent public buildings, the remains of which are astonishingly well preserved. The most spectacular of these is the ancient theater, a stunning marble structure nestled between two hills, which is still used for performances today, connecting modern audiences to their ancient predecessors in a remarkably direct way. Plovdiv's Old Town, a beautifully preserved architectural reserve, is a labyrinth of winding cobblestone streets and colorful 19th-century Bulgarian revival houses. But beneath these, and woven into the fabric of the modern city, the Roman legacy is everywhere. A Roman stadium lies directly beneath the main pedestrian street, its curved end, or sphendone, visible to shoppers and tourists. This layering is the essence of Plovdiv. It is a city where you can sip coffee in a modern cafe while gazing at a Roman stadium, or watch an opera in a theater built by Emperor Trajan. It is a living museum, a vibrant testament to Europe's deep and complex history. Chapter 8. Shush, Susa, Iran, the winter capital of kings. Our path now leads us east, to the dusty plains of what is now southwestern Iran, to the ancient site of Shush, better known by its Greek name, Susa. This was one of the great cities of the ancient Near East, its history stretching back over 6,000 years. It rose to prominence as the capital of Elam, a civilization that vied with its Mesopotamian neighbors for power and influence. The Elamites were a remarkable people, and Susa was their political and religious heart, a place where their unique culture and language thrived. The city's destiny, however, was to be a prize for conquerors. It was famously sacked by the Assyrian king Ashurbanipal, an event he recorded with brutal satisfaction. But Susa's greatest chapter was yet to come. In the 6th century BC, it was incorporated into the Achaemenid Persian Empire. Recognizing its strategic and symbolic importance, King Darius the Great made Susa one of his capitals. He built a magnificent palace complex, a wonder of the ancient world. The biblical book of Esther is set here, in the court of a Persian king, giving a vivid, if romanticized, picture of life in this imperial center. Susa was where Alexander the Great, after conquering the Persian Empire, staged a symbolic mass wedding between his Macedonian officers and Persian noblewomen, an attempt to fuse the two cultures. The archaeological mound of Susa, the Acropole, is another vast library of history, with layers revealing Elamite temples, Darius's palace, and the later Islamic city. Though now primarily an archaeological site next to the modern town of Shush, its influence is immense. It was from Susa that the laws and administration of a vast empire were promulgated, shaping a territory that stretched from India to Greece. Chapter 9. Athens, Greece. From Neolithic hill to classical icon. No journey through ancient cities would be complete without a visit to Athens. While its golden age in the 5th century BC is what defines it in the popular imagination, the story of Athens begins much earlier. Its famous Acropolis, the High City, has been a place of significance for at least 7,000 years. Neolithic pottery shards found on its slopes are the earliest evidence of human presence. This rocky promontory, rising abruptly from the Attic plain, was a natural fortress and a sacred place long before the Parthenon was ever conceived. During the Mycenaean period, the Acropolis was the fortified palace of a powerful king, surrounded by a massive Cyclopean wall, parts of which can still be seen today. But it was in the classical period that Athens truly became a beacon for the world. Under the leadership of statesmen like Pericles, and with the intellectual power of philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, Athens gave birth to concepts that still shape our lives: democracy, philosophy, theater, and historiography. The Parthenon, a temple dedicated to the city's patron goddess Athena, became the ultimate expression of this cultural explosion. The city's story did not end with the fall of classical Greece. It became a respected university city under the Romans, who admired its cultural legacy. It endured Byzantine, Frankish, and Ottoman rule, with the Parthenon itself serving as a church and later a mosque. Today, the ancient ruins are woven into the fabric of a bustling modern capital. The Agora, the ancient marketplace and heart of public life, lies in view of the metro trains. Athens is a place of powerful contrasts, a city where the foundations of Western civilization are not just preserved under glass, but are a living, breathing part of the urban landscape. We return to the Lebanese coast, to a city that, along with its neighbor Byblos, helped define the Phoenician identity: Sidon, or Saida. For millennia, this was one of the most important ports in the Mediterranean. Its people were renowned as master sailors, shipbuilders, and merchants. Homer, in the Iliad, praises the skill of Sidonian craftswomen. The city's wealth was built on the sea, on its 2 natural harbors, and on a very special secret: the production of a prized purple dye. This Tyrian purple, extracted in minuscule amounts from thousands of murex sea snails, was incredibly difficult to produce and fantastically expensive. It became the color of royalty, of power and prestige, coveted by kings and emperors across the ancient world. Mountains of discarded murex shells, discovered by archaeologists, attest to the scale of this ancient industry. Sidon's merchants traded this dye, along with the fine cedarwood and exquisite glassware for which they were also famous, establishing colonies and trading posts from Cyprus to the coast of North Africa. Like its Phoenician sisters, Sidon has a layered history. It was ruled by Persians, who allowed its kings a degree of autonomy, by Alexander the Great, and by the Romans. The Crusaders left their mark in the form of a dramatic sea castle, built on a small island connected to the mainland by a causeway. The old city is a maze of vaulted souks and ancient khans, or caravanserais, where merchants would rest. Sidon's story is inextricably linked to the Mediterranean Sea. It is a city built by the waves, a testament to a people who looked to the horizon and saw not an end, but a beginning. We travel now into the heart of Iraqi Kurdistan, to a city that holds one of the most visually stunning testaments to continuous urban life. Erbil, known as Haller in Kurdish. The modern city spreads out from a central, extraordinary feature, the citadel. This is an elliptical occupied mound, rising some 30 meters above the surrounding plain. It is not a hill, but a man-made tell, formed by generation after generation building their homes on the rubble of their ancestors, a process that has been going on for at least 6,000 years. The citadel of Erbil is claimed to be one of the longest continuously inhabited sites in the world. Its very walls are composed of the facades of 19th century houses, built to the edge of the mound, creating a fortified appearance. To enter one of its gates is to step into a different world, a labyrinth of narrow alleyways that have felt the passage of Assyrians, Babylonians, Persians, and Ottomans. The city, known in antiquity as Arbela, was a major religious center for the Assyrians, dedicated to the goddess Ishtar. It was near here that Alexander the Great delivered the final blow to the Persian Empire at the Battle of Gaugamela. For thousands of years, the entire population of Erbil lived within the citadel's confines. It was only in the 20th century that the city began to expand onto the plain below. Today, after extensive restoration work by UNESCO, the citadel is being reborn. Its historic houses are being transformed into museums, cultural centers, and galleries. It stands as a powerful symbol of Kurdish identity and a unique monument to urban endurance, a city built literally upon itself, its history contained in the very earth beneath its feet. Our journey takes us to the beautiful Greek island of Crete, to the city of Chania. While the palaces of Knossos and Pistos are more famous, Chania stands on the site of an equally important Minoan settlement, known in antiquity as Kydonia. Continuously inhabited for over 5,000 years, its story is a microcosm of Cretan history. Excavations beneath the modern city have revealed layers of a powerful Minoan town, complete with linear A and B tablets, proving its importance during the Bronze Age, the time of the legendary King Minos. The city's most picturesque feature is its Venetian harbor, built in the 14th century when the island was a prized possession of the Republic of Venice, known as the Kingdom of Candia. The Venetians built a magnificent lighthouse, defensive walls, and elegant townhouses that still line the waterfront, giving the old town a distinctly Italianate feel. They recognized the strategic value of the harbor that the Minoans had used millennia before them, a testament to the enduring importance of geography. The Venetians were followed by the Ottomans, who added their own architectural layer, converting churches into mosques, building bathhouses, and adding distinctive wooden balconies to the buildings. This blend of Minoan, Venetian, and Ottoman influences is what makes Chania so captivating. One can wander from the site of a Minoan villa to a Venetian fortress, and then to a mosque with a minaret, all within a few minutes' walk. It is a city that has been shaped by the great maritime powers of the Mediterranean, a harbor that has welcomed and been conquered by a succession of empires, each leaving its indelible mark. Chapter 13 takes us back to Lebanon, to its vibrant and complex capital, Beirut. Now, while it's known for its glamorous modern reputation, the city's roots actually sink deep into the past, with evidence of settlement stretching back over 5,000 years. Its name first appears in ancient Egyptian texts as Be'ero, meaning the wells. For much of its early history, it was overshadowed by its more powerful Phoenician neighbors, Sidon and Byblos. But it was the Romans who really transformed Beirut into a major city, lavishing it with grand buildings and, most importantly, establishing a renowned school of law. Now, the Roman Law School of Beirut was one of the most important centers of legal study in the entire empire for 3 centuries. It was here that the principles of Roman jurisprudence were refined and codified, forming the basis of what would later become the Justinian Code, a cornerstone of many modern legal systems. The city was granted the title Colonia Julia Augusta Felix Beatus, a mark of its high status. However, earthquakes in the 6th century AD devastated Roman Beirut and its law school, a blow from which the city took centuries to recover. Beirut's modern history is one of dramatic cycles of destruction and reconstruction, earning it the nickname the Paris of the Middle East for its cultural and intellectual vibrancy, but also seeing it become a symbol of conflict during the Lebanese Civil War. The recent port explosion was another devastating chapter in this cycle. Yet time and again, Beirut has risen from its own ashes. The downtown area, rebuilt after the Civil War, has revealed the layers of its past, with Roman baths and Phoenician tells now sitting alongside modern boutiques. Beirut is the ultimate phoenix, a city of seemingly infinite resilience and an unbreakable spirit. Chapter 14 takes us south, along the lifeblood of Egypt, the River Nile, to the city of Girga. While often overlooked in favor of the grand sites of Luxor and Cairo, Girga and its surrounding region hold a key to the very birth of pharaonic civilization. The city is located near the ancient site of Thinis, the capital of Egypt during the 1st and 2nd dynasties, the very dawn of its recorded history. This was the era of legendary kings like Narmer, who is credited with unifying Upper and Lower Egypt and becoming the first pharaoh. While the exact location of Thinis remains undiscovered, buried beneath the Nile's silt or the modern town, the nearby necropolis of Abydos gives us a profound insight into its importance. Abydos was the most sacred burial ground for these earliest kings. The tombs found here are a who's who of the founding rulers of Egypt. It became a pilgrimage center for the entire country, a place dedicated to the god Osiris, lord of the afterlife. Girga, as the modern successor town in the region, is the living link to this formative period. The city itself, named after the Coptic monastery of St. George, Mar Girgis, also has a rich history as a center of Coptic Christianity and later as a regional capital. Its older buildings show a distinct Islamic architectural style. Life in Girga, like everywhere along the Nile, is governed by the rhythm of the river and the seasons of agriculture, a way of life that has changed remarkably little in its essentials for millennia. To be here is to be in the landscape that gave birth to one of the world's most enduring and fascinating civilizations, to be close to the very source of the pharaonic age. Chapter 15 takes us to a different river, the sacred Ganges in India, to a city that is not just ancient, but is considered by many to be timeless, Varanasi. Also known as Kashi, the city of light, it is one of the holiest places for Hindus. It is believed that to die here is to be granted moksha, liberation from the cycle of reincarnation. This belief has drawn pilgrims, ascetics, and the devout to its ghats, the series of steps leading down to the river, for at least 3,000 years, though its mythological origins stretch back into eternity. Life in Varanasi revolves entirely around the river. From before dawn until long after dusk, the ghats are a theater of human faith. The air is filled with the sound of temple bells, the chanting of mantras, and the scent of incense and marigold flowers. People come to bathe in the holy waters, to perform rituals, to practice yoga, and to cremate their dead in plain view. The Dashashwamedh Ghat, site of a spectacular nightly Aarti fire ceremony, is a sensory explosion, a powerful display of devotion that has been performed for centuries. Varanasi is a city of learning and culture, famous for its silk weaving, its music, and its long tradition of Sanskrit scholarship. But it is the spiritual dimension that truly defines it. The labyrinthine alleyways of the old city, too narrow for cars, feel like a journey back in time. They are crowded with temples, pilgrims, wandering cows, and holy men. Varanasi is more than a continuously inhabited city. For millions, it is a living, breathing deity, a sacred space where the veil between the earthly and the divine is at its thinnest. It is a profound testament to the power of faith to create and sustain a city. We return to Greece, to Boeotia, to a city whose mythological past is as rich and tragic as any in the ancient world, Thebes. While the modern town of Theva covers much of the ancient site, its legacy is immense. This was the city of Cadmus, who was said to have founded it by sowing dragon's teeth that sprang up as warriors. It was the birthplace of the hero Heracles. But most famously, it was the setting for the tragic tale of Oedipus, the king who unwittingly killed his father and married his mother, a story immortalized by the Athenian playwright Sophocles. Thebes was a major power in ancient Greece, often a fierce rival of nearby Athens. Its acropolis, the Cadmea, has been continuously inhabited since the Bronze Age. Archaeological finds here have included Mesopotamian cylinder seals, evidence of its far-reaching connections in the ancient world. The city was famous for its 7 gates, mentioned by Homer and other ancient writers, which became a central element of its identity and the subject of the play Seven Against Thebes by Aeschylus. Its history was turbulent. Thebes was destroyed by Alexander the Great as a terrifying example to other Greek cities contemplating rebellion. Though it was later rebuilt, it never fully regained its former power. Yet, the city endured. It was an important center in the Byzantine era and remains a significant town today. While few grand monuments survive, the power of its stories and myths remains. Thebes is a reminder that a city's immortality can be secured not just in stone, but in the power of its narratives, its tragedies, and its legends, which have echoed through Western culture for millennia. There is perhaps no city on earth that carries a greater weight of spiritual and historical significance than Jerusalem. Sacred to 3 world religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, its history, stretching back over 5,000 years, is a story of faith, conflict, and devotion. For Jews, it is the site of the First and Second Temples, the eternal capital of the Jewish people. Its western wall, the holiest site of prayer. For Christians, it is the city where Jesus taught, was crucified, and resurrected, the destination of pilgrims for 2 millennia. For Muslims, it is the site of the Prophet Muhammad's night journey, the 3rd holiest city after Mecca and Medina. The Old City, a walled area of less than 1 square kilometer, is a compressed world of immense power. Within its walls stand the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the Dome of the Rock, and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, all in close and often tense proximity. To walk its streets is to navigate a living mosaic of cultures and beliefs. The 4 quarters, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and Armenian, each have their own distinct character, yet their histories are inextricably intertwined. The stones of the Via Dolorosa, the path of Jesus' crucifixion, are worn smooth by the feet of countless pilgrims. Jerusalem has been conquered and reconquered more times than almost any other city. It has been ruled by Canaanites, Israelites, Babylonians, Persians, Greeks, Romans, Byzantines, Arabs, Crusaders, Mamluks, Ottomans, and the British. Each has left a layer, a scar, a monument. The city's very name evokes powerful emotions and deeply held beliefs. It is a celestial city, longed for in prayer, and a terrestrial city, a center of ongoing political conflict. More than any other, Jerusalem demonstrates how faith and history can imbue a place with a significance that transcends its physical boundaries, making it a focal point for the hopes and conflicts of the entire world. Our final destination takes us to the Punjab province of Pakistan, to one of the oldest cities in the Indian subcontinent, Multan. Its history is believed to stretch back at least 5,000 years, with possible origins in the Indus Valley civilization. Strategically located on a major invasion route into India, it has seen a long and turbulent history of conquest. It was here, during his campaign, that Alexander the Great was said to have been seriously wounded while scaling the walls of the city's fortress. The city rose to prominence as a center of sun worship, with a magnificent sun temple that was described by ancient travelers as a place of immense wealth and pilgrimage. Later, Multan became one of the most important centers for Sufism, the mystical branch of Islam, in all of South Asia. This legacy earned it the title, City of Saints. Its skyline is dominated by the brilliantly tiled mausoleums and shrines of Sufi saints, which draw devotees from all over the country. These shrines are not just tombs. They are vibrant centers of music, poetry, and charity. The most famous of these is the tomb of Sheikh Bahauddin Zakaria, a stunning example of Multani architecture with its distinctive blue and white tilework. the city was also a vital trading post, famous for its ceramics, textiles, and its own unique style of camel skin craft. It endured sieges by the Mongols, and was a key provincial capital under the Mughal Empire. Multan is a city that has absorbed countless influences, a meeting point of cultures on the plains of Punjab, its spiritual heart expressed in the domes and tiles of its many beloved shrines. From the sun-baked plains of Iran to the shores of the Mediterranean, from the sacred banks of the Ganges to the hills of Greece, our journey has revealed a profound truth. These cities are not merely collections of old buildings. They are living testaments to human resilience and continuity. They are the survivors. For millennia, they have been the stages upon which the drama of civilization has unfolded, enduring the rise and fall of empires, the shifting of trade routes, and the transformations of faith. Their streets are libraries, their walls are storytellers, and their people are the keepers of an unbroken thread of urban life. In a world that often feels ephemeral and fast-changing, these ancient places offer a powerful sense of perspective. They remind us that our modern lives are built upon foundations laid thousands of years ago, by people who faced their own struggles, dreamed their own dreams, and sought to build something that would last. They are a monument to our species' most enduring traits: the need for community, the drive to create, the ability to adapt, and the sheer tenacity to hold on, to rebuild, and to continue. The pulse of these cities is the very heartbeat of our shared history. I invite you to reflect on this enduring legacy. When we look at a map, we see names that have been spoken for 100 generations or more. These are not just points of geography, but reservoirs of human experience. They teach us that civilization is not a destination that was reached, but a continuous, often difficult, and always remarkable process. The story of humanity is etched into the stones of these timeless cities, a story that is still being written every single day by the millions who call them home.